the Danny Miner Daily Show. And listen, we have a big night. I had to come on and talk. I had to. The election's going on. It's primary Tuesday. And all kind of crap is going on in Texas. And people that we don't like are losing, which is the best. Which is the best. We got two people losing. No, there's three. Al Green, Crenshaw, I think it's Crenshaw, that's how we say his name, and Jasmine Crockett. Now, it looks like Green has definitely lost and Crenshaw definitely lost. Crockett has not conceded, but it looks like there's no way to victory. So it looks like it's the end of Jasmine Crockett as we know it. Folks, to me, this is one of the greatest things ever. The end of Jasmine Crockett, okay, as we know it. So Al Green, if you remember Al Green, he always stands up during Trump's speech, causes problems. The State of the Union, he got thrown out of the State of the Union. And it looks like Al Green, 70-year-old Al Green's getting the old boot in the ass and out of Congress. And Crenshaw, listen, we all know Dan Crenshaw was a rhino. He was a fake Republican, and his fake Republican ass is out the door. Goodbye, Dan. Goodbye, Dan. Okay? Crenshaw is really a Democrat. So it's the best thing we could do as Republicans to get rid of that guy. Okay, Patchai. Goodbye, Patchai. Goodbye. I respect what you did in the military, but not as a congressman. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. And Al Green, ho, the best. Al Green losing is the best. Crockett losing, well, really, Crockett losing is the best. Al Green is second best. Second best. So why do you think they lost, folks? That's what you got to ask yourself. Why do you think they lost? Okay? Now, Crockett is definitely part of that progressive. Al Green is. They all hate Trump. They hate this. They hate that, right? I think the Democratic Party, honestly, because this is Democrats only voting for their own people. And they saw Crockett, they see Al Green as problems in the Democratic Party, as crazy people, okay, with no common sense. They have zero common sense, any of them. And I think the Democratic Party feels that if we want to win the House and we want to win the Senate again and we want to get power again, we got to get rid of these crazy Democrats, okay? Like Crockett, Al Green, they're gone. So I think what we're seeing is the Democratic Party is finally realizing, they are finally realizing, yo, we're not going to win with these people. People don't want this craziness, okay? I mean, Jasmine Crockett was running in Texas, folks, running in Texas saying white men are the problem. You run in Texas, which is a Republican state, and you lie and say white men are the problem. They're too masculine. They're too this. They're too that. White supremacy this, white supremacy that. White men cause all the crimes, which again, total 1000% foolish lie. Okay? So I think the Democratic Party sees people like her that just spout off lies to get votes, because that's what Jasmine did. She spouts off lies to get votes. And the Democratic Party thought, you know what? We can't win with these people. We cannot win with these people at all. We can't. Okay? So I think that's what we're seeing. The Democratic Party thinking these progressives are too insane that we can win with. They're just too insane. So, folks, what I'm telling you is we are free from Jasmine Crockett. We are free from Jasmine Crockett. Never to be seen again, hopefully in Congress. So what happens to Jasmine? What happens to Jasmine? Because they love her. The View loves her. All the ladies, all them liberal ladies, they love her. They love her. So what happens to Big Mouth Jasmine Crockett? Okay? To accent. We should call her accent Jasmine Crockett. In front of white people, she has a certain accent. In front of black people, she has a certain accent. Sort of like Hood, okay? When she's in front of black people. Oh, and NBC's reporting that Jasmine did get the black vote, but the Hispanic vote went to the white dude. The Hispanics put their brakes on and said, yo, slow down there, Jasmine. We're not voting for you. And the Hispanic vote went to the white dude. The Hispanics did not vote for Jasmine Crockett. And NBC is saying that's why she lost. The Hispanic vote went to the white dude. Now, folks, I'm going to tell you this. Fox News was hoping Jasmine would win. Okay? And my one buddy texts me and he's like, why does Fox News want Jasmine Crockett to win? And the reason they wanted her to win is she would have no chance of beating the Republican in November. She would lose to the Republican in November. Okay? So they like their chances better with Jasmine than with this dude. Okay? They like their chances better. That's why they wanted Jasmine. The Republicans wanted her to win. They wanted her to win so they'd have a better chance of winning the House seat. I mean, the Congress seat, the Senate seat. Okay? So, folks, this is where we're at. And like I said in the beginning, I think the Democratic Party, they're seeing the writing on the wall. Okay? They're seeing the writing on the wall. Okay? They're done with Al Green. They're done with Jasmine Crockett. And I hope when AOC's up, they're done with her. If you remember, the squad, as we call them, the crazy squad, last election they lost two. The one black guy, I can't think of his name, and the other Muslim girl, I think they lost. So they've lost two people from the squad last election. It looks like they're going to lose Crockett now. Okay? Folks, people are done with this. That's what it is. They're done with this progressive, stupid movement where all men are bad, all Republicans are racist, homophobic, and transphobic. Okay? People are done with this. Even the Democrats are done. They're realizing this is costing them elections. This progressive, stupid movement this woke movement is costing them elections. And I think going forward, hopefully the Democrats will look at this Texas race and say, we got to get rid of these progressives. Okay? And Bernie Sanders one of them. Okay? Bernie's another one. Everything for free. We want everything for free. The Republicans are no good. Give everything to everybody for free. Bernie, how about this? How about fucking retirement? Let's fucking retire. And that's another thing. Why do you think none of these fuckers retire? Why do you think? It's the easiest job in the world. You get paid $184,000 a year, and I don't know if you didn't know this, they get rent that they can have an apartment in Washington. So we pay for their apartment in Washington, their condos, whatever. They get all their fucking meals for free, all meals for free, housing for free, and we give them $184,000 salary or whatever the hell it is, $174,000. Okay? So they're collecting $10,000, $12,000 a month, $14,000 a month. They get a free apartment there that's paid for in Washington, D.C., okay, when they travel to D.C. We give them their meals for free. So why would they leave? Why would they leave? Of course, these rich and old people like Bernie Sanders and that Mitch McConnell, no neck Mitch, they're going to stay for everything because it's an easy job and they get inside training. Listen, that Muslim congresswoman from Minnesota, I can't think of her name. She's a pain in the butt, too. She's one of the squad members. They said when she first came into Congress, she had $5 in her bank account. She now has $20 million. She now has $20 million or something like that. Okay? Folks, it's insane. We let these people get rich from being Congress people because they have inside trade deals. Okay, that's what happens. Do you think she's the smartest woman in the world where she got from $5 to 20 million or whatever the hell it is? I don't know the exact number, but she has millions in the bank now from $5. Okay? AOC was a bartender. Now she's a millionaire. How the fuck do you think this is happening? Okay? I had $100,000 a year job. I'm not a millionaire. Not even close. I'm looking at car prices today to make sure I can afford them. Okay? But these people, they get into Congress, golden spoons, everything paid for. Of course these dinosaurs ain't leaving. Mitch McConnell. Okay, how about that other guy when he pulls his pants up to his nipples? What the hell's that guy's name? Seriously, when I see that guy, I can't even think of his name. The congressman that pulls his pants up to here, up to his chest level. That congressman, I always look at him and say, who the fuck votes for this guy? Like, you look at this guy, Jerry Nadler or something. I think that's his name, right? I think it's his name. You look at this guy. He walks in, he has his pants pulled up to here. He starts sleeping and said, who voted for this fucking guy? Like, you look at him, you say, Yo, that guy with his pants pulled up to his nipples. Yeah, that's the fucking guy I'm gonna vote for. Right there, Jerry Nadler. Let me vote for this guy that pulls his pants up to his nipples. Like, who votes for these people? Who votes for no neck Mitch McConnell? Who doesn't even know he's there? He falls over every 5 days. Every 5 days, the ambulance comes, takes him to the hospital because he busts his head because he's so fucking old. Who's voting for these people? Like, seriously. Like, I look at Jerry Nadler, the guy with his pants pulled up to his nipples. I'm like, put that man in a mental institution. I'm surely not voting for this idiot. Okay? I'm surely not voting for Jerry Nadler. Who votes for these people? I don't even know if I'm saying his name right. But you know, the pants guy, the big pants guy. Okay? He looks like he's deformed or something. Okay? Something wrong with this guy. All right? So, folks, what I'm saying is we elect these people, they become rich, and they really don't care about us. Either party, okay? But the Republicans care about us a little more, and they have a lot more common sense, and that's why I vote for the Republicans. The Democrats have zero common sense, and they're crazy. So that's why I'll never vote for a Democrat. I'll always be a Republican. I'll always vote Republican, okay? Even though our own party has problems too. And we got to acknowledge that. But we are way better than the Democrats. Way, way better than the Democrats. And I'm going to tell you this, folks. I'm talking about old people, okay, that are still in Congress. Al Green is 70 years old. Now, listen, he's in, he looks like he's okay. 70's not really super old anymore, okay? That's not that old. But why doesn't he, like, enjoy his grandkids or his kids or, go on vacation with his family? What is he still doing there? What is he still doing there? Well, he's not anymore. Some 30-year-old kid came in and kicked his ass. Okay? This 30-year-old kid that ran, this black kid, this African-American male, 30 years old, came in there and kicked Al Green's ass. And congratulations to him. Put somebody young, even though he's a Democrat, put somebody younger in there. We got to get rid of these dinosaurs. Okay? And folks, it really showed. If you remember when they were going to ban TikTok, okay? That really showed how old these people were. When the congressman asked the president of TikTok, remember Show or whatever the hell his name was, he said to him, let me ask you something. When they go on this TikTok, okay, do they have to use their Wi-Fi? And people were like, of course, right? Yeah, everybody uses Wi-Fi. This guy didn't even understand how to use Wi-Fi. He didn't understand data, okay? He was like, they have to use their Wi-Fi. They have to use their... No shit, Sherlock. That's how crazy and old these people are. They don't even know how to run Wi-Fi, and they were going to get rid of TikTok. Why do we put these... Listen, I'm pushing oldness, okay? But I think this is what I think. I think 40 to 65 is good ages to run for office. 40 years old, you already have knowledge of the world, okay? And 65, you're still not that old, okay? You're still not that old. You still got a good 10 years left. But when we're electing people in their mid-70s and 80s, folks, it's craziness. They should be playing bingo, eating rice pudding at the senior center, okay? Talking to Sally and Alice. Sally and Alice should be there playing two cards with their marker with these guys, these Mitch McConnells. Okay? They should be at the bingo hall with their marker. Boom. A9. Was that A9? Oh, B12? B12. Whatever the hell it is. That's what they should be doing. They shouldn't be making decisions for all of us. For all of us. Okay? Now, folks, I'm going to get off this because I want to get into something else that honestly made me so mad that let me get into it. Folks, I pick on liberal women, okay? I pick on liberal women all the time because they talk craziness. And I just saw a guy, okay, that studied this. And what he said was these professors and school teachers in high school, college, most teachers are women. And these women are telling these young girls that men are too masculine. They're too tough. They're too arrogant. They're too this. And they're brainwashing these women in college that Republicans are no good and women's rights are being affected. College is brainwashing these kids. And this is what the guy said. The reason they're doing this with young women, they're easiest to brainwash. That's what they said. They want to be part of the clique. They want to get along. So if this one hates Republicans, they all hate Republicans. If this one wants to dye her hair purple, they're all dyeing their hair purple. If this one wants the septum ring, they're all getting a septum ring. Okay? So this video, I should have saved it and shared it with everybody. Because this guy explained it's colleges and at high school too are brainwashing these kids to be Democrats. Republicans are bad. Men are bad. Men are violent. Men are too masculine. We can't have masculine men in our society. Well, guess what? God made us fucking masculine. And if we weren't, you'd be ruled by some other fucking country right now. The reason this country is standing today is because of masculinity. I said what I said. It's the only reason we're standing tall today, 250 years, is because of male masculinity. And males who are willing to die for your freedom. Okay? I said what I said. That's the only reason we're still fucking America. The only reason. So stop the nonsense, Democrats. Nobody even likes you. But anyway, let me get into it. There was this girl on TikTok, and I just did a video with her picture. There was this young girl on TikTok, I'm going to guess 23, 24. You know what she said, guys? She looked in the camera and said, to our military, I hope all of you are unalive. I hope none of you make it back from Iran. That's what she said. She said she hopes our military loses and Iran wins. Could you imagine how crazy that is? Like me as a kid, mother of God, I stood there and said the Pledge of Allegiance right after my prayer because I went to Catholic school. But I said the Pledge of Allegiance after my prayer. Okay? Folks, today I am 57 years old. If somebody from another country stepped foot on this fucking soil, okay, from any country, Iran, and they want to fight us, I'm grabbing my weapon, baby. I'm first in fucking line at 57 years old. And that's where you need masculinity. You don't need these 24-year-old girls saying, oh, I hope our military loses. Why? So you can put a hat on and cover your face and be Muslim? Because that's what would happen to you, you dumbass. You dumbass. These young women are dumb. They're the dumbest people on our planet right now. Liberal women are the worst people in the United States right now. The worst. They complain and bitch and moan about everybody but themselves. They don't want to work. They hate men. They hate their jobs. They hate their bosses. They hate everybody. They go to the gym and videotape men looking at them and then put it online. These liberal women are the worst of society gets. The worst. I see them and I just move on. I don't even look at them. I just move on. Okay? When I feel the sidewalk thundering, like up and down, I know they're coming. Okay? I know they're coming because they tend to be a little overweight. Okay? So I can feel the sidewalk shaking. Okay? Then I turn and I see the hair. And I see the septum piercing. And then I see the big glasses. They got the big glasses on, right? Especially the old ladies. They put the big fucking bee glasses on. And you know, here they come. The liberal freaks. They're coming. Here comes the liberal freaks to tell us lies. But people say, how could they get to that point where they're rooting against the United States military? We have liberals rooting for Iran. I'm telling you, in my life, I never thought I'd see this. But here we are. We have people in our country rooting for another country to beat us. And that's what liberalism is. It's a brain disorder. It's a mental illness. We all know it. We all see it. It's with our own eyes. And I hope what we've seen in Texas today is the end of it. Maybe the Democrats understand this Jasmine Crockett, these Al Greens. They're insane. They tell lies, and all they do is say men are bad. Men are the worst things. White men are bad. They're the horrible people on the planet. White men built fucking America. We built this country. So stop your nonsense. We built this country. Okay? let me tell you something. I'm Italian, okay? We weren't even considered white when we came here, okay? Not even considered white. They hung us, okay? They hung us. They would put stuff on buildings. Italians need not apply. We will not hire you. Did we bitch? Did we cry? Did we moan? We probably fought because we're fighters, Italians. But you know what we did? We fucking dug in deep. We became business owners and we gained everybody's respect. Were we discriminated against? Sure. My last name's Minor, but my real last name is Minero. Because when my great grandfather came here from Italy, we were so discriminated against, they didn't want to have an Italian name. Okay? So they said instead of Minero, you are now Minor. My great grandfather's name was Biagio Minero. Okay? And I think after that, he was William Minor. He went from Biagio Minero to William Minor. So don't tell me about discrimination. I don't even have my real last name. Do I bitch? Do I moan? No. I dig my feet in and I fucking work. You can bitch all you want. It ain't going to do shit for you. Nothing. To be successful, you have to get up every day, get your ass in gear, go to work, start your own business, and work hard for your family. Nobody's going to give you shit, Democrats. Progressive Democrats, nobody's giving you nothing. Get up and work for it. Get up and work for it. All you are is a bunch of lazy people. You're a bunch of lazy people that vote for the Democratic Party so you don't have to work. Let's be honest. That's what you want. You want everything handed to you and you don't want to work for it. That's when I hear Democrat, it's the first thing I think of. People that don't want to work. That's what I think. People that have no work value at all. One last thing, guys. There was a liberal dude on TikTok with a big following, just like me, 500,000. He was telling Iranian soldiers addresses of people and then telling them kind of like MAGA. I swear to God, this liberal TikToker was doing this. He was reported to the FBI by multiple Republicans. This dude had 500,000 followers, and now I'm sure he's getting arrested. Like, what is wrong with you Democrats? Like, what is wrong with you? You're going to support your party to jail? Till you go to jail? For the lies they're telling you? Because everything they tell you is a bunch of lies. They just want you to get upset. And why do they tell you lies? Why do they tell you lies? They tell you lies because you believe it. Now, here's the thing. If they keep telling you and you keep believing it, why shouldn't they tell you more? Why shouldn't they tell you more? Now, if you say, I don't believe that, they'd stop telling you lies. But they're going to make these lies bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay? Now, Obama bombed a bunch of countries when he was in office. Okay? A bunch. Nobody asked for Congress approval. He just did it. But because Trump did it, oh, it's a problem. It's a problem, not that Trump did it. It's a problem. No, they're lying to you. Obama did it. But they want you to bang your feet, put more dye in your hair, put more piercings up your nose, put bigger glasses going on. They're going to Pearl Vision, getting their bigger glasses while they're eating their Whoppers from McDonald's and Burger King. Big Mac and Whopper. I'm sorry, okay? That's what they do. They want you to do that. They want you to stomp your feet. And these liberal women give them what they want. These liberal women give them what they want. And that's where we're at in America. So, folks, to the good news. We're going to wake up tomorrow. Dan Crenshaw, gone. Al Green, gone. Jasmine Crockett, gone. I love it. The only problem is, you know as well as I do, with her big mouth, Jasmine Crockett will be on The View. Okay? She's got a first-class seat on The View. Because anybody that's angry, any angry woman becomes part of The View. Could you see Sunny tomorrow? The only reason Jasmine lost is because she's a woman and she's black. It's because of racism. And men will never vote for a woman. And that's why Jasmine didn't win. Fucking guarantee you, Sunny does that tomorrow. I will guarantee you, Sunny does that. Sunny on The View is the most angry woman I've ever seen. I've never seen a day that she was not miserable. This is how she sits in The View. Well, that's because it's racist. That's because Trump hates women. That's all she does. That's her whole point every day. White men are bad. Everybody is racist. And Sonny, boo, hoo, hoo, hoo. I can't stand her. I can't stand her. Guys, thank you. I'm starting to get a little popular on Rumble. Okay. You guys are still letting me down, guys. I have 166,000 followers on Facebook, 160 on Instagram, 454,000 on TikTok. I have 100 and some here. Guys, follow me. Okay, I'm crazy. I'm just a little bit below Nick Fuentes. I'll say whatever the hell I want to say. Follow me. Give me a follow, guys. I promise. Is it because I'm old? Nick's too young, right? Nick's too young. That's why he's following. I'm too old to follow. I'm kidding you guys. Give me a follow, subscribe, follow, whatever you want to do. I love you. We'll see everybody tomorrow.